time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gore N More podcast. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser, and joining me, as always, your dark lord of knowledge, Chad Daddy.
Chad, no, yes.
Nothing?
Chad.
Oh, and Big Johnny D.
Hey, what's up, Gorehounds? How y'all doing?
And here to protect and serve, Officer Bob.
Hello, my friends.
Yeah, so while Chad gets his connection fixed or whatever the fuck's
Do we
going
not
on,
have going?
there you go.
I thought he spazzed out. I was like,
He'll be
I
back.
didn't hear him at all.
Today is March 1st, 2021, and we got a doozy of an episode for you today. But you know what time it is. It's time for your Slice of Life. Big Johnny D, what did you do?
What's up, buddy? Well, let's see. What did I do? Absolutely fucking nothing, man. I enjoyed myself. I will say Saturday I did the tool man thing, and I redid my cellar stairs only because my old man is OCD, and he's like, we're going to redo them. I was like, but we just did them last year. He's like, yeah. They squeak. Like, so yeah, that was my fucking Saturday.
Oh, come on. They're cellar stairs. They're supposed to squeak.
Well, no, man, we're like I said, that's the room that we're changing all up. So we're making it all nice and everything. So he's like, well, you're making everything nice. So I'm like, fair. But anyway, so yeah, I did that. And then I played Switch the rest of the day. That was nice. And yeah, man. Did a lot of lazy cleaning yesterday, and there was a lazy Sunday, which was actually very enjoyable. So, as most adults will say, other than that, man, watch this movie.
Questionable.
Yeah. Watch something.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, just enjoyed myself. Chad, how have you been, brother?
I've been well, thank you. Did a few interesting things over the weekend. First off, okay, so I got to tell this story. I recounted this in the chat, and I don't remember if you guys remember, but I got to tell you guys about this funny fucking dream I had. Okay, so the dream started. I don't remember what happened prior to the events in the dream, but something happened that the boys from D-Generation X, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
Are you ready?
So whatever happened, they decided they wanted to kick my ass. So they're just beating the crap out of me, hitting me with all their finishers, all their moves, hitting me with chairs and stuff. And nothing's happening. Like, I'm not even feeling any pain from it. So this is going on. I'm like, are you guys done yet? So by the time it finishes, like, this little girl comes up and she says, hey, we need your help. And this little girl, and the funny thing is, like, the girl, she's like an android. I somehow know that this girl's an android, right? So she's like, we need your help.
Ball android, or like,
yes.
What are you talking? Okay.
Yes, like that. And I'm like, okay, hey, can you guys come with me? And she's like, sure. So me and D-Generation X go, and there's like this whole gathering.
I love this already, dude.
There's like this whole gathering
going,
of superheroes. Like, our friend Tim Keegan's there, and he's like in normal street clothes, and he just has this really shitty yellow mask over his face, over his eyes. It's not hiding his identity at all. There's other people there that I know. And then
what
I
are
turned.
Tim's superpowers? So
I have no idea. I don't even know what my superpowers
Okay,
were.
sorry. Anyways.
So anyway, I turn around and look, and there's like the cast of Dragon Ball Z. And I say,
you already have androids there, so it makes sense.
Well, there's the whole cast of Dragon Ball Z, and so I turn around and I say out loud to everyone, like, well, we know who's going to die first. Yamcha's here.
This
I
sounds
hope he
like
flipped you off, dude. He was just like, yeah.
this sounds like South Park's
Imagination
episode of
Land.
the fucking Imagination Land, except it's going to be called Chad Crispin's Dream Island Adventure.
I guess my question is, so you obviously have realistic people you have in your dream, so who are real, but the DBZ people, are they anime, or are they like 3D models?
I think they were still animated somehow.
Huh.
It was very weird.
You got some new batches at work, didn't you?
I don't know, something.
That's a hell of a fucking dream, bro. That's awesome.
It was strange.
That sounds like some sweet fan fiction shit, dude. You read online, you know what I mean?
It really does. So this weekend we went to get some groceries and went to Walmart, and me and the wife decided, hey, let's treat ourselves to something that we both want. And
yeah, you got the gray one too.
Yeah.
Nice.
We decided to get the regular Switch as opposed to the Switch Lite because this we can play on the TV.
No. Primo choice.
And we got this to go with it.
Fuck yeah.
Super Mario 3D
Never
World.
go wrong with Mario ever.
Didn't you also get the other one too? With 64.
Oh yeah, we had that before. The kids have that one, but we have 2 copies of that because I thought they might both want to play at the same time. So screw it. One of was my
wait
copy.
a minute. I didn't know you already had a Switch though.
The kids each have their own.
So this is the you and the wife.
This is just for me and the wife. Yes.
Ooh, the dirty Switch. I like it.
That's why I said she blames you because you have like 4 of them.
Fair. I mean, and I'm gonna have a 5th when that 4K one drops, dude. I mean, like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That comes out later this year, right?
Supposedly, we will see. We all know Nintendo likes to sometimes push back their stuff. So,
boy, isn't that the truth? Oh, so and anyway, yesterday I'm sitting there playing Far Cry 5, and I'm at the end, and the one scene in the end, you're escaping the one bunker, and it's counting down to detonation, and I'm like, this kind of reminds me of Alien. I'm gonna watch Alien. So after I turned the game off, and my wife went up to her mom's to get the other 2 kids, the 2 oldest, and it was just me and Harper sitting there. So I turned on Alien, and Harper's like, "Daddy, what are you watching?" I'm like, "Well, I'm watching Alien, sweetie." She's like, "Okay, I'll watch it with you." So she sits and watches the entire movie with me.
She didn't get freaked out.
No, she loved it. She fell asleep at the end, but she got mad and had to rewind it because after it ended, she wanted to see the funny part, as she put it. You want to know what the funny part is to her?
Bring it.
The fucking face hugger attacking Kane.
I mean, it's pretty funny.
It actually is.
She had to see that part again.
But it's a good jump scare too. Damn,
it is.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Daughter's
loved
hardcore,
it. And she's really my mini me. And so after the movie last night, after watching Last House on the Left, and the movie ends and the credits are rolling, and I don't know where you guys watched it, but I was watching on Prime, and it says what the next movie playing would be, and the next movie playing is Tremors. And my wife said, "Hurry up and turn that off before Harper sees it," because she has been bugging me to watch it again for the past 2 weeks straight.
Yeah,
almost every day.
You're a Tremors fan there. I like that.
Oh yeah, she loved it. She loved it. So I'm gonna watch it with the other kids. We'll all watch it again as a family because it's a good movie. It's it's family friendly. Let's see what else happened.
Yeah.
I think that's really about it. I'm still waiting on my Scream Factory order. Is still just says order placed. They're really behind. So they'll be here when they get here.
Right. What did you order again?
Ghost Ship and Night of the Comet.
Night of the Comet's a really weird movie.
Astro Zombies, bro. Astro Zombies.
80s?
They're both.
Yeah, that's 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, and I needed a copy of Ghost Ship because of it's on the podcast this year later.
Ooh, I just enjoy that one.
And I can tell you right now, everybody's gonna say yes to did the opening scene hook you in?
Oh yeah,
yeah, literally.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's about it here. Bobby, how about you, buddy?
It was a chill weekend for me. Plenty of drinking and cigars on Saturday night, which was wonderful.
Nice.
I needed it. Me and my one buddy were chilling out. But Sunday, I was a very bad boy.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
So I went to a Toy Con in North Jersey. We just went there looking around, and there was a lot of superhero stuff and pretty much a little bit of everything. And then we got word there in the Livingston Mall are literally 3 toy stores. And I don't mean like toy stores for kids. I mean toy stores for shit that we would all be buying. Like,
oh, really?
Like they had horror statues, superhero statues, figures, all like when I say literally all kinds of shit. Like I can't even exaggerate it. But so
like a poop palace,
dude. It was all locked up too. Like that's how legit it was.
Whoa.
But it was pretty fucking cool. And then went to FYE. I spent $170 there, and I got the Scream Ultimate Ghostface. I got Hannibal Lecter Mego figure, and I got a couple of the little those little tiny figures now that they're starting to make for Halloween too. And then new store discovered in Lafayette, New Jersey called Pandora's Box. Now, these guys literally buy collections that people don't want. And that's the one I got, the one that TJ is showing. There's a variant coming out very soon. And it's him in the straitjacket.
Ooh,
Nice.
And
that's
then,
cool.
So Pandora's box is literally these guys buy anything. Anybody who doesn't want their collection, basically. The horror section was awesome. They had, again, superheroes, music, horror, DC Universe, Marvel Universe, old gaming systems, like literally everything. I bought the McFarlane Leatherface. I bought McFarlane Remake Leatherface. They had the little headliners from the late 90s, and they had Jason Goes to Hell in the mint box. And then they also had, what was that for? I bought the Wishmaster figure from Movie Maniacs Series 6.
Damn, dude.
I spent money, dude.
It's like Bobby just went ball in this.
Dude, I got in there. I was like a kid in the fucking candy store.
You know what? I'm just going to say it right now, man. Treat yourself. Good for you.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Dude, the last time I spent that kind of money on that stuff easily, it's been probably a year minimum.
Nice.
So, but I think every month that store, they like update it always. There's always something going on there. So I think that's going to be like a monthly trip to check it out, not necessarily to buy. Hopefully, I will be broke. But well worth it. So that was my horror-filled week. I don't have the stuff here to show. It's already on display in the room. I found spots. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. There you go. And then on search now for more those Mego figures, along with everything else that I want to put in there. So, but that was my weekend, like being a kid in the candy store. It was fun. It was very much fun.
Nothing wrong with that, dude.
No, it was awesome. And that was it for this weekend. So this week, work on more cosplay shit and all of that. Boss man, give me a rundown.
Well, I did a lot of stuff. We've had an extremely successful week here at Project Louder. I don't want to say too much, but I want to say thank you to all the listeners out there that made Lights Camera Exploitation the most successful launch in Project Louder history. We have 2 episodes out. We're currently charting at 178 on iTunes, United States. So thank you to all of you out there that helped make that happen. It is so appreciated. Tune in next Tuesday for another episode, and that will be covering 1965's The Possessed.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes. So Rabbit Hole is on hiatus while I work on what we're calling Project Louder Phase 2. So while that happens, there will be other shows to supplement that one. So don't worry, we got so much content on the way. This morning, I got some films. Prior to the show starting, I shared it with Chad. I got the 4K Beastmaster from Vinegar Syndrome, 1992's Hellmaster, Body Melt, which is an exploitation film, which we're going to talk about.
Fucking movie.
Yes. Forgotten Jolly Volume 1, Standard Edition, because I missed out on the limited edition because I'm an idiot. The Corruption of Chris Miller, that's another Jolly film. Night Beast. And then I pre-ordered the February 2021 package, like everyone predicted I would, because it has The Fear, Forgotten Jolly 3, which is the limited edition, because I'm not an idiot this time, and Hitcher in the Dark.
Ooh, Hitcher in
That's
the
a
Dark.
nice little haul there.
Yes. I'm excited to get that package. It's going to be some pretty awesome films. And some films came in today. Naked Girl Murdered in the Park and Head of the Family from Full Moon Features came in.
Nice.
Yeah. And I believe that Naked Girl Murdered in the Park is its first time release from its newly restored version. So it's pretty good. I'm going to pop it into the Blu-ray player and see how it looks. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So without
name.
further ado, let's get on with this week's motherfucking episode. And that is 1972's The Last House on the Left, directed by Wes Craven, written by Wes Craven, produced by Sean S. Cunningham, starring Sandra Peabody as Mari Collingwood, Lucy Grantham as Phyllis Stone, David A. Hess as Krug Stillo, Fred Lincoln as Fred Weasel Podolsky, Jermaine Rain as Sadie, Mark Scheffler as Junior Stillo, Eleanor Shaw, credited as Cynthia Carr as Estelle Collingwood, Richard Towers, credited as Gaylord St. James as Dr. John Collingwood, Marshall Anchor as Sheriff, Martin Cove as Deputy, Ada Washington as Ada, Steve Miner uncredited as hippie taunting deputy.
Oh,
As
it
in
must have been the
Steve
dude-
Miner, the director?
Yes.
Okay, fucking A. He's known for Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3 and
Halloween.
H2O.
And Lake Placid.
Lee Placid,
Yes.
that's right.
Oh,
I love that movie.
Music by David Alexander Hess. Cinematography by Victor Hurwitz. Edited by Wes Craven. Distributed by American International Pictures. Released August 30th, 1972. Runtime of 84 minutes. Budget $87,000. Gross $3.1 million. And fuck DCMA. Chad Deddy, say the word.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
It rests on 13 acres of earth over the very center of hell. Here is the first motion picture to offer to the daring a look into the final maddening space between life and death. The last house on the left. To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie. Sights and sounds far beyond anything you've tested. The last house on the left. To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie. Take as much as you can. Only a movie.
Real quick, I got to do this before we get into this. Okay, that trailer. I know some of you have heard that voice before if you are a Rob Zombie fan, and I'm not talking about his movies. Hellbilly Deluxe on the intro for
Living Dead
Living
Girl.
Dead Girl uses it, but that voice is used for What Lurks on Channel X. Check it out. You'll see. You'll hear it.
all right.
There you go.
Nice throw out there, buddy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey, Bobby, it's your pick. Run it down.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We're on that shit.
There we go. Teenagers Mari and Phyllis head to the city for a concert. Then afterwards go looking for drugs. Instead, they find a gang of escaped convicts who subject them to a night of torture and rape. The gang then kills the girls in the woods, not realizing they were near Mari's house. When they pose as salesmen and are taken in by Mari's mother and father, it doesn't take the parents long to figure out their identities and plot revenge. Which, as parents, that's a sick revenge.
There's so many things to say.
It was certainly ahead of its time. That's for sure.
Before we dig in, shall we hear from the illustrious DPK?
If not, I don't get my heart on.
G'day, my mateys. It is I, your DK.
Sexy motherfucker.
For another episode.
Hard as can
This
be.
week, I'm here to give you my bloody 2 cents about Wes Craven's The Last House on the Left. Now, The Last House on the Left, I thought this film lived up to its controversial scenes that I've heard so much about. I've never seen this film before, so it's the first time going in.
It's kind of
it
cute,
was
isn't
filmed in a guerrilla
really
style
is.
documentary way where I felt like I was actually there witnessing a murder. I felt the pain in those scenes, like it just seemed really realistic in most shots. Actually, the cinematography is very, very mediocre. What I really didn't appreciate about this film at all was the fact that it was cutting back and forwards from these 2 sheriffs and then a murder and then 2 sheriffs and murder. It was just that comedic element didn't work for me in this film. Like it felt like they were trying too hard to make an audience laugh, go up and down like a roller coaster, unless that was their intention. I don't know. because you're really going from one extreme to the other, and it just did not work for me in this. But yeah, the third and final act is pretty batshit crazy. I did enjoy it, especially that knife to the throat scene right near the end, and then the blood spills out the mouth down her in the pool. That was actually really fucking cool. Oh yeah, I didn't realise that this was one of the producers, or the producer behind this. That was quite random. Bless you, Brody. Wes Craven film. But yeah, overall, yeah, it's a bit of a hit and miss for me, this film. I do prefer the remake a lot more because, as I say every week, I'm all about that character development, and I felt for those characters more so in that film. In saying that, I'm going to have to give this a Gore N More score of a 2. I'll give it a 2.4. 2.4 for me. Not quite half, but should be right. Anyway, this is your DKB signing out. All the best until I see you all next week. Peace.
Thank you, Brody.
Oh, that was great. That was gold. That was gold. Love
Brody
it.
is loved as always.
Yes.
For a plethora of reasons.
I'm gonna have to watch back after we're done tonight just to rewatch that again.
Yeah.
Shout out to my co-host from Lights Camera Exploitation. Thank you for sending in a video every week.
Always entertaining.
Oh man.
Yeah. So let's discuss this fucking mess.
I'm curious, Bobby, what led you to pick this, by the way?
Well, I mean, all right. We all obviously know, well, the two major people behind this, and one we all hate, and one is very much loved. God rest his soul. I chose it because it is a talked about movie a lot, and it just is one of those where it shows that even as simple as it is, that Wes Craven really had even for a movie of this, a good eye. He knew how to still make it terrifying, even for the 70s. I mean, for the 70s, this is pretty fucked up. Like
I've watched some pretty fucked up Jolly from the 70s. That's pretty on par with this.
But and I also liked where people started, and I know this was where Wes Craven really came on to the scene, like, because this he became well known for. Sean Cunningham was then well known for this, and then Steve Miner. You have three basically top directors, you can't say it not, who created two of horror franchises actually one created, the other one had it in there's continuity, and then you had another one who went on to direct so many of the sequels really well. So I figured it was one of those where you find where they all kind of came together, and then you watch them really take over the horror as time went on.
Fair enough. So how many times have you seen this before, bud?
I've seen this about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is very disturbing. I mean, I feel it is to some degree because
no, it is.
look at it. Just look at it.
John,
I can't tell.
And I remember Adam Marcus said in an interview, it's one of the absolute sickest movies ever made. And he's not really wrong.
No. What were you saying, Chad?
I get the feeling that your take on this is going to be pretty close to mine and TJ's.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, well, let's see. I've been almost doing this show for 2 years with you boys now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like we've made it pretty known how I feel on rape revenge movies. Just really not my bag.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it's Bigfoot.
There it is.
That's the only one that, like, and even that one, I still like other ones that don't have that. It just doesn't. Listen, to answer Brody's question, or at least my opinion on it, I feel like the cops thing there was to at least lighten the mood for what you have just personally dealt with.
Speaking of which, did you recognize the deputy?
The dude who, like,
yes,
hear a
Cobra
truck
Kai.
with chickens coming down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai, Rambo, VFW.
Bobby's like, hold on.
He's very popular right now.
He was very young then too.
Yeah, he was. You know what? I will say this is my first full watch of this movie. And I watched the unrated version too. So I'm not really sure what the difference was that I saw. But yeah, I don't know, man. I probably won't watch it again.
This was the second time I watched it, and sitting there watching it, I realized why I never bothered watching it again after the first time.
Is it okay?
Is it
So
because it's bad, or is it?
I did not enjoy it.
Is it fucked up that I saw the remake before I saw this?
No, I know a lot of people who saw the remake, but not this.
I saw the remake of Hills Have Eyes before I saw the original, and that's definitely why I prefer the remake.
Same. Yeah, I don't know. And to be fair, I didn't even really like the remake because once again, I just don't like rape revenge movies. Like, it's just not my bag. I don't know. Like, I like my horror with a little bit of like mysticism or something. I don't even know how to like really place it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not big. We know TJ doesn't like rape revenge films at all.
I don't mind like revenge films, but you don't. I don't know.
A straight up revenge film like Kill Bill. Love it.
Straight,
yeah,
yes, but that's not really necessarily horror. No,
no.
But I get where you're going with that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, essentially
any Charles Bronson movie ever. That's a pretty Death Wish.
Yeah.
Which ones?
Yeah.
1 through 4.
1 through 5.
Literally.
How many did they make?
5.
Is it
It's all
5?
the same plot. Yeah.
Taken.
I think I've only seen 1 through 3. So, didn't he do also the original Assault on Precinct 13?
No, that was who was the guy who was in there? No, it wasn't him.
That's a totally different podcast right now. Anyway,
You guys just reminded me. I wanted to shout this out. Previously, I said we have 3 films with Tom Atkins this year.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Heather Dye corrected me.
Oh,
we have 4.
What's the 4th, buddy?
Creepshow.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because she watched it a week early.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Is Creepshow next week?
Creepshow's next week.
Oh,
not to jump ahead segments or anything. But.
Oh, I really need to plan ahead and go to the house.
I just saw like the thought pattern, dude, in your face. You're just like, oh god, dude. Like, where can I fit this in?
I was fully expecting you to do location visits for My Bloody Valentine too. So
yeah, I just don't get around to them. I'm not
same.
I don't get out much.
Well, it's probably shitty too, you know.
Yeah, it is very shit. It was very shitty when we did the My Bloody Valentine episode.
Yes, it was.
It's completely different now.
Right. Gotta love
things change.
I don't know, man. Like, I can respect this movie all in all for, like, I guess, who's, you know, obviously Wes is like, was this Wes Craven's first like big movie that like hit?
Yeah, this was the first one. I
couldn't remember exactly, but
this was his first post-porn movie.
Yes.
Which, by the way, this was fully intended to be porn too.
See, dude, I feel like that doesn't. You are legitimately at snuff film at that point. Like, yeah, you're faking it.
This was actually marketed as a snuff film overseas in Germany or in another. It's in my notes, and this was supposed to be porn, but at the last minute, Wes decided to cut all.
I love that they have to market it as that.
You know what I mean? Well, yeah.
Everybody that signed on to this film signed on and fully believing they were going to do a pornographic film, and then Wes Craven decided to cut all of the hardcore sex scenes out.
The whole point for them literally doing this film was to just scare the shit out of people. Like,
I just want to remind everybody that the hardcore sex scenes were rape.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they were. Oh, yeah.
So essentially, we could just say this movie is a giant PSA for legalizing weed. And don't, ask strangers for drugs.
And don't rape.
No, don't ask strangers for drugs. You would not put, I'm not trying to blame the victim here, but you know what I'm saying? Like, don't put yourself in stupid situations.
I think you're right, actually.
True. You're not wrong.
Like when the guy's like, hey, come on upstairs. That's big fucking red flag of, no, dude, I'm good.
I'm
gonna go
running
this
away.
way.
I'll smoke the leaves in the wood. Thanks.
That's why you legalize some bud. These girls could have went down to the shop. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what happens when you're in New
Good to
York
go.
and not Jersey, especially now.
Well, that's about to be introduced here too. They're drafting a bill.
Listen, man, everybody's hurting for money, and you always turn to selling drugs when you're hurting for money. So let's just
Well,
You sell drugs or you sell yourself.
It's prostitution or drugs,
excuse
dude.
me,
Yeah, exactly.
OnlyFans here.
I mean, not to say why OnlyFans is blowing up or anything right now.
Just imagine shirtless. What?
Oh,
Sorry.
baby.
Machine cosplay.
That's worth $5.
That's 10. Damn it!
I'd pay $1. I'd pay $1 for that.
I am no cheap.
$5
I'd buy that for $1.
only during October.
Yes.
It's a $20 deal. You get all different kinds of clothes.
Oh.
and like Scuba Steve says, I have to pay double.
I'll cut you a deal. Man. Don't worry about it.
I just want to see Bobby do like Sexy Michael in October, dude.
Oh, by the way, since I brought up Scuba Steve, did you guys see what I said the other day that he's like our own Stan Lee? He's cameoing in everything now. The other day I was listening to Comics and Kaijus and completely forgot he was doing a guest spot on there, and it's like, oh, Scuba Steve's on here.
We need to have him record silent videos of him doing various things in his house with no audio and just playing them during shows. So he's like cameoing in the background.
Yes.
But we got to get him the big Stan Lee glasses too.
Yeah.
Can we get him to do his hair white like him then too?
Yeah, why not?
I'll pay him. I'll pay him.
There's a Snapchat filter for that.
Didn't he just shave his face?
He did.
He's big now.
He's giving it a couple weeks.
So yeah, we just need the mustache. The mustache and the glasses. Good to go.
Hey, Chad.
Yes.
Let's look behind that curtain.
All right, let's do this. When fledgling director Wes Craven took this film to the MPAA, they slapped it with an X rating. Wanting an R rating for wider release, Craven went back and removed several minutes of footage. However, this still wasn't enough, and the film still got an X rating. Once again, Craven removed footage, but that still wasn't enough. Finally, Craven put all the original footage back in, got an authentic rated R seal of approval from the film board from a friend of his, put it on the film, and released it.
Oh, shit.
So it's kind of like he, I don't know, bribed his way to get a rated R for it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, whatever.
A mixture of red and blue food coloring mixed with caramel syrup was used for the fake blood, which, contrary to most film blood, actually looks real.
It does. I will say for 72, yes.
That looked pretty good.
According to director Wes Craven, the crew set up a special editing office to restore prints returned from cinemas because everyone would come back chopped up by the theater owners.
Really?
Oh,
yeah, so they'd do their own censoring to the movies.
No.
According to various cast and crew members, actress Sandra Peabody was genuinely terrified throughout most of the shoot, at one point walking off set. Eventually, the filmmakers caught up with her and convinced her to return and finish the film. And I go into more depth later on, but the reason for that is David Hess and the others were severe method actors, and they were staying in character the whole time. So they would basically bully her. They would basically bully her on set just to stay in character.
It's kind of fucked up.
A little bit.
When this film was first released in 1972, most critics found it disturbing. However, Roger Ebert gave it 3.5 stars, and he got letters from people asking him how he could possibly support a movie like this.
He sometimes comes through on certain things.
Dude, because usually he's all about like fucking horror. Like he hated horror, it always felt like.
Oh my God.
He hated Friday the 13th so bad to the point that he posted Betsy Palmer's home address.
Right.
Yes, he did.
So like, but he loved this.
Yeah.
Questionable.
Yeah.
In the 1980s, the American video versions contained additional text after the film had ended, reading, "Coming soon to a theater near you from the producers of Last House on the Left and the director of Friday the 13th Part 5, The Last House on the Left Part 2, you won't believe your eyes. No sequel was ever materialized."
So 2 porn directors coming together.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah. No.
Originally scripted as a hardcore pornographic film, with all actors and crew being committed to filming it as such. However, after shooting began, Craven decided to rewrite the script to remove the explicit sex.
That's
smart move.
Funny that these people were like, because of his decision, instead of being porn actors, they were just actors now.
Don't
So
you find
I'm guessing that's why her parents filmed under pseudonyms.
probably?
Yeah.
I also find it funny. Well, not funny, but real quick. For this movie, it was billed as that and he took it out. Don't you also find it funny for Nightmare on Elm Street that Freddy was a pedophile?
That was
At
only
least
the
it still
remake,
wasn't-
really.
At least it wasn't so
but
blunt.
the first one was talked about beforehand. Like,
technically,
they wanted it.
I
big
mean,
time.
technically they're teenagers, so yes, anyways, but it was way more nose on the head or, nail on the head with the fucking remake.
Oh,
Like, they're just blatantly like, hey, here it is. We're just writing it out. No.
Due to his size, Martin Kove was originally up for the role of Krug. However, he declined it in favor of the smaller comedic deputy role and suggested his friend David Hess for the role instead. Hess wore extra padded clothes for the audition, but was given the role anyway, as well as being offered the music score. I just can't see, you see this and you can't picture anybody else playing Krug, to be honest, though.
No. I mean, the deputy's a big dude and all, but
he
Krug-
wouldn't. His face doesn't fit it.
Krug
No,
just
it doesn't.
he plays it way too well. You know what I mean? Like,
As we learned.
yeah, like, Jesus fuck, dude.
When distribution companies Hallmark and Atlas International released the movie in Germany, they attempted to pass it off as an actual snuff film.
No, gross.
And we mentioned 2 future Friday the 13th directors worked on this, Sean S. Cunningham and Steve Miner.
God damn, I want to see that Brody thing again.
That was so funny.
That needs to be a meme.
Okay, so going back to the whole thing, Sarah Castle had a horrible time filming the movie and felt traumatized, much like her character, the ill-fated Mary. She was uncomfortable filming the sex scenes, and the Krug gang actors, in an over-enthusiastic attempt to be method, harassed her off-screen as well. So much of the filmed crying, terror, dread, and disgust you see her display on screen is quite real. Another person who was disgusted by the whole project was...
Enjoy your pee. Our boss will be right back.
That's why the whole.
Another person who was disgusted by the whole project was Weasel actor Fred J. Lincoln, who says he regrets making the movie. Both Castle and Lincoln refused to talk about the movie in interviews, although Lisa Grantham and David Hess, who played Phyllis and Krug respectively, were quite comfortable during the filming and have talked about the movie proudly in interviews. Sorry, I'm still laughing about that private chat. It's hilarious.
Yeah, right. That's a funny pop-up. It hasn't happened enough. Yeah, dude, I don't. Like, and it's funny that the Weasel dude had like the worst, because like I felt like he was like almost, I don't know if he was worse than the main dude, but I felt like his creep level was just like potentially so much higher, but they just didn't allow him to do what he wanted to do.
He seemed like he would have been perfectly at home being like a mafia hitman.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, dude, he was a total Joe Pesci ripoff before
Right.
Joe Pesci was even a thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude. Like
that hair. I'm not gonna lie, I tried fluffing up my hair before doing this episode, man, like that. But it ended up looking more like fucking Jean Ralphio than fucking like mafia guys.
That's too
now I
funny you
wanna
mention that
see
because
your
I'm
hair like that.
I was watching this wondering, how does he get his hair so poofy like that?
Dude, I don't know if
Plenty-
my hair's all matted out right now. but-
Probably plenty of hairspray. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you need that. Like, I mean, I can do the gel back, I guess. Like, but
Oh, you'd be looking like Christopher Moltisanti then.
yeah. Oh, shit. No, dude,
He was definitely
the fact. Okay, so the method acting thing is even fucking with me more, dude, because they thought this was going to be a porn film too. So was the
Originally, yeah.
method acting right? So was the method acting happening before it switched, or was like, did it switch before they even started filming? I wonder.
Well, I'm
yeah, that's
wondering,
actually
you know,
that's a good question.
I'm wondering if he started filming this and then just like it was
Just
just
like,
supposed to-
no, you can't do that.
I don't like maybe it wasn't even supposed to be like a rape revenge or even just a rape thing. Maybe it was, I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to say. I mean, and obviously we can't ask Wes Craven because he's
I don't know
dead.
where we are, but this film sucks.
Ouch.
We're still talking about the method acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the whole it's a piece of art, because of how realistic it is. But the same can be said about fucking Cannibal Holocaust then. So you can look at it any way you want.
True.
But this movie, I don't like it. I don't fucking like any sort of rape revenge film. I spit on her grave. As much as I respect that film and that series and that writer and the director and all that shit, you know what? I personally cannot watch those films. Makes me uncomfortable. Hate that shit. This film, prime example, probably will never watch it again. Wes
I'm right there
Craven.
with you.
Yeah. Wes Craven, great guy. Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, that's a win for you. I mean, he took a hit with Scream. But other than that, yeah.
Wow. TJ literally just took the words perfectly out of my mouth, dude.
Yeah.
Like, just yeah, dude. Oh.
Bobby, we've each picked bad movies, so don't think this reflects
It's
bad.
not
on
even,
you.
well, listen, it's not that it's a. I can't even say it's a.
This
bad
is
movie.
Bobby's
It's not
judgment.
my
No, it's a
favorite.
bad movie. It is a bad movie. We're sitting there watching it last night.
No, you're fine.
My wife is like, "This is boring. Why are we watching this?"
Okay.
It kind of was.
I had Just Before Dawn. You had The Rift. Bobby has Last House on the Left. And John has
Splinter.
Splinter.
Splinter was my
So
worst.
we've
so
all
far,
had
so.
our moments.
You know, I would watch Just Before Dawn just because it's an actual horror movie. This
You
I
know
wouldn't
what?
even consider horror.
I feel like we've talked so much about
We
Just
have.
Before Dawn that
we need to watch
have
it again.
I feel like I need to watch it again. You know what
But
I mean? Like it's
we got to watch
wait,
the
should
right
we do
version.
a-
We got to
wait.
watch the 20-minute shorter, less waterfall version.
fucking right. I do,
Yes,
man.
yes, we have to. But
You
Hey,
better. I'm gonna go take
now-
a shit while that's going down.
so that's
Now
got to
the
be an
movie
anniversary.
isn't extremely hard to find because I think that another company came out with a new release of it. So
I mean, it wasn't really hard to find either, wasn't it? Like on YouTube for
when
us.
we reviewed it, there
we
was,
found it on YouTube, didn't we?
when we
Yeah,
reviewed it, there was
Yeah.
only one Blu-ray out, and that was the red
yes.
release.
Okay,
Remember, I was the only one that watched it in HD, I believe.
correct.
Yeah, we
Well,
watched it on
that's 'cause
YouTube.
That was literally the only place we could find it, and I think it's
Yep.
available in more places now because I've seen it
Yep.
mentioned on Bloody Disgusting. A lot of people. This Just Before Dawn is a very well regarded movie.
Yeah. And just
That's
not
right.
entertaining
Surprisingly
to the Gore More guys.
I mean,
Like,
Listen, I feel like
I'll give it another
could be-
shot.
I'll give
I
it
mean-
another shot, but I fell asleep. All right,
Could
I
that
won't
be-
even deny
Could
it.
that be other episodes like rebuttals of old movies? Like
I would love to do like maybe if we do Patreon, whatever, like where we go back and revisit movies we hated and give it another go.
I think
would
we
do
should go
that.
back and do the episodes again that we didn't do with the current lineup we have as a way
that would be
to
great.
as a way
Oh,
to go,
yes.
as a way to not only redo those episodes in the current present quality, but also to give a chance to these boys to give their opinion as them. So it could be like review episodes.
Yeah, because I would love to hear you guys' take on Popcorn because that's actually a really good.
yeah, and I've never
Yeah,
seen
I've
it,
always
dude. I've
wanted
only
to
heard your
watch it.
gentleman's review, so I would actually be very excited to watch.
I mean,
that.
you got to think about it. Gore Moore's 3 years old. Think of how much
I know,
my
dude.
my film knowledge and the way that I've talked about film, and now I mean, even Chad, just the way that we've both learned
Okay,
about talking.
okay.
about
Just
film.
think we can go back and watch The Burning again and see those puffy nipples all over again.
Yeah.
There's
Big
another
silver
one.
dollar.
There's another one.
Now we
I
have
would
to
love
do
to
it.
watch with
Now
you
we
guys,
have
dude.
to. Why are we not? Now let's do that. Make them half-hour episodes.
So wait a minute. Are we going to try to? All right. So if you're gonna hit the first episode, which was Town That Dreaded Sundown, right? Are we doing it in this format, but still trying to recreate the first episode? I know you guys hated it so fucking much.
We're
But
gonna reboot our own episodes. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we redo it in the format we'd have it as now.
That's fine, dude. I love it. Cause like
Yeah.
what you guys brought me in like late April, I think. So that was like 17 episodes in at least. And then Bobby was like another like maybe
Well,
5
we know
or
how we're
6.
starting season 4.
I know I was brought in
Remaking our own stuff.
the
Yep.
summer time, I think.
Yeah, because
After
like
you, or
yeah, it
late
was-
summer.
we came in 19, dude, which is crazy because it's coming up on 2 years real quick.
Was it 19? I thought it was 18.
No, they started.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You guys,
You're right,
you
you're
boys.
right. Yeah.
They
Wait, was
started
it-
November
Bobby, was your-
18, right?
Was your first one with us Tourist Trap?
No, I was before Tourist Trap. What was my first one? I don't remember.
Well, there was a
I
couple
have it
ones
written
where
down somewhere. I just,
Because my first one, we didn't have video. I was doing it on my phone with an Xbox mic coming
Man,
in.
that was how I was doing my first one. too.
Like
and
I
was
remember
in
that
studio.
vividly, laying on my, because I was on vacation and we had to do an episode.
Did you come in on? It wasn't Lost Boys. It had to be before Lost Boys, right?
Before Lost Boys.
Jesus.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Dude, because I actually was
I'm telling you,
scrolling through.
Lost
I was
Boys
listen.
feels more recent.
No, you're fine because like I remember like I think I came in. I believe I did Hellraiser with the boys, and then we did The Fly with Jason Brooks.
I was after
was
The
like,
Fly.
Yeah, you were like 2 or 3 episodes after The Fly.
I think it must have been 2.
Where are we with this review?
Well,
Chad answers that question.
We are still doing some of the behind the scenes stuff, but I can skip ahead.
You do what you give us what you got to give us, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Director Wes Craven's son plays a little boy who has his balloon popped by Krug's cigar at the beginning of the movie.
I laughed pretty hard at that, dude. I'm like,
Wes Craven originally wanted Mary's father to kill Krug by slicing him multiple times with a scalpel during the climactic fight. Sean S., you know who, because I think we already dropped our limit for the C word.
Cunningham, say it anyway.
no, you can't.
Insisted the fight be more explosive and voted to have Krug killed with a chainsaw instead.
Ooh.
Which I wish we saw more of personally.
I wish we actually saw him getting offed.
Yeah, I know, right? It was like off screen, like jab. Yeah.
Okay, many different versions of this film exist on various DVD and VHS releases struck from different cuts of the film, many of them from different countries. To get a complete uncut version is difficult, as even some cinema machinists cut footage from prints of the movie before screening it during the 70s, which we talked about before. Many copies were cut or hacked to pieces, and because of this, some scenes have become rarities. Some incomplete scenes are the lesbian rape scene. One scene, long thought lost, except as a photographic still, is the 2 female victims forced to commit sexual acts on each other in the woods. This forced lesbian rape scene was included as an outtake with no sound on the Metrodome 3-disc DVD Ultimate Edition and on the 2011 Blu-ray release. There's a scene called Mary in Her Room. There are photographic stills showing a nude Mary in her room reading birthday cards in the beginning of the movie. This scene no longer exists. And another scene is Mary raped by Sadie. Footage of Sadie committing sexual acts against Mary in the woods is often removed, even from some DVDs that have been labeled as uncut.
That was definitely in the version I saw last night. But that wasn't uncut, that was unrated. So
see, I watched the regular cut on
Yeah,
Prime.
I saw
did
the
not see
regular
that.
version.
nope, I definitely saw the whole lesbian just relax. It's okay. And I was like,
No. That was between the 2 girls. This was between the Mary and Sadie.
oh,
Sadie, Krug's girlfriend.
oh.
Mhm.
Isn't 3 rape scenes enough? Like,
Not if you're Wes
I don't
Craven,
know.
I guess.
I didn't watch a
dude.
single fucking one. The moment I got
Dude.
any whiff of that, I fast forwarded until I saw the fucking parents.
you know, I had, dude, I'm not okay. So I don't feel so bad. I had my finger on the button, but for some reason I was like, nope, dude, I'm going to just power through it for the show. Fuck, dude.
In the Krug and Company cut, which was an alternate title this was released under, Mary is still alive when her parents find her. She tells her parents what happened to her and Phyllis before dying in front of them.
Oh,
That just made it worse.
yeah, right. That would, but I would understand their hard, you know what I mean? Like even their rate, their rage would be even more spoken for, I guess. I don't know. Because I mean,
Dude,
they found
if
her.
I was those parents, I would be doing far worse to them. I wouldn't even waited for them to wake up. I would just
No. I'm just saying,
slaughtered them in their
listen,
bed.
They found her dead, and that's all they know is that they killed her.
Wait,
But
did
if
I
they
talk
found her
about the new Cannibal Corpse video in the last episode?
No.
No.
Oh
Yeah,
my God. Oh,
Is this a sidebar right now?
yeah, we're gonna sidebar real quick. So the new
Okay.
Cannibal Corpse music video is like human harvesting, and they show everything.
Oh, I'm going to look that up real quick.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it shows a dude getting dragged back in a new warehouse, and there's a bunch of people laying down with chains around their neck.
What's the
And
name
they're
of the song again?
Just search YouTube and Cannibal Corpse and whatever the most recent YouTube video is. It came out within the last 2 weeks. I can't remember the name because it was the normal Cannibal Corpse crazy name.
Oh, you
thing.
got to be kidding me.
Inhuman Harvest.
There it is.
And so they take him back to this room and they strap him to this table, and then it just shows him cutting into his skin and reaching into his chest cavity and shit. And he's just screaming. Yeah, it tells a little story.
You know what's funny? And anybody could think we're fucked up. I could watch that shit all day long.
Yeah.
But you watch Real Surgery, and yeah, it's all
No,
over.
not even that. I can watch
I
that.
cannot
too.
watch that.
Yeah.
I can watch that too. I'm talking like I can
have.
watch that shit all day long. And I can't watch this shit that we
Yeah, you
watched
put
for this day. And I'm just like,
Oh, fuck it. Yeah.
right. I feel so like, ugh. And we got done, and my wife straight up looked at me. She's like, I'm never watching that again. And I was like, that's fine. I'm not going to either. So
I think we were the same last night.
This is beautiful.
that's fine, dude. Like,
I felt the same way about like Argento Stendhal syndrome when I watched it, because there's 2 rape scenes in that of the same character. And whenever I muscled through them, I mean, when you look at the grander scope of things, that wasn't what perpetuated the movie. She was a victim of a serial rapist. That's kind of his point. Like, he's raping everyone. Like, yeah. So like this movie,
I know like nothing about that movie. So
that movie's so like Asia like sees a painting and she starts to go like crazy, but like the same night, like she also gets raped by like this serial rapist. And so she like starts like hallucinating and shit because of the Stendhal syndrome that she develops from this painting. Meanwhile, like she's getting stalked and stuff by this serial rapist who's also going around raping and killing people. So she gets captured twice by this dude, and he doesn't kill her.
a sidebar to the sidebar. I follow her on Instagram.
Yes,
Has she had some work done or something? Because she looks so different now.
Right? I don't know. I think after that Italy's Got Talent debacle, she went into like hiding. I think she might have got work done. She just wrote a book too.
Okay, so I'm glad I'm not the only one who knows. Yeah, she looks so completely different.
Yeah, it's weird. It's either that or it's Instagram filters.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
right. What's up, Jan?
Or maybe she just cleaned herself up really good.
Also could be.
Also could be.
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of like the dirty, almost slutty look.
Triple X type look.
Triple X, yeah.
Yep.
Land of the Dead.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm.
Yep. The things
so that's
Vin Diesel did for his country. Or him.
Okay, so that's basically all I have.
Okay.
All right.
John, any disgusting questions?
Yeah.
This movie, Bobby.
No. You know what? I'm glad you made me watch it, because at least I could say it's off the bucket list.
Yep.
Will never happen again, but whatever. No. All right. So, and I understand that the mom was probably trying to was pretty much playing it by ear. But was it truly necessary for her to actually blow Weasel?
How else was she supposed to bite his dick off?
I mean, she could have just went for the first bite, but no, she I don't like.
Would it be hard? Would it be harder to bite a flaccid or an erect penis?
Well, according to him, the way he was talking, he was already hard.
But he wasn't.
I mean, I don't know. And I might have missed it, but how did she kill him?
Bit his dick off, and then she left him there to bleed out.
Left him to bleed.
Yeah,
okay,
because that's a major vein.
So
right there.
yeah, but theoretically, he might not be dead.
You ever watch Teeth?
Unfortunately, I have.
There you go.
Oh, we got to review that.
But I mean, granted, he's not pulling like the whole Bobbitt situation where he's calling the cops and they're finding it in the field right away. She spit that shit in that nasty ass swamp, but
yeah.
And then she drank out of that swamp.
Yeah. Other than that, man, I don't know. I feel like that was the only thing that really was just like, wow, she's really blowing him. I'm like, maybe she just wanted some side dick, and then she's like, all right, now fuck this dude. Like, I don't know.
She'll do anything for death, I guess, if you think about it.
But like, I guess the other question is, if the daughter already died. Now, if you gave me the version where they found the daughter alive, she could tell him what happened. Then she dies, and then they're just like fucking, Hulk rage. But this one, that she's already dead. we really didn't need to see these girls get raped the whole time then if they just found them dead. You know what I mean? Like all they know is she got killed.
Yep.
So
I can see that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I don't it just felt like I mean, yeah, I'm not saying you wouldn't be pissed, but I'm just saying like I felt like the motivation, because like that's one thing I will say the remake did better is like the girl got back to the house. I think she actually survived in the remake, but I can't remember. But I know she got back to the house, and that's how they find out, because she told them. And you know what I mean? That to me makes a lot more sense. Like, and the fact that you said it already, because I was going to go into that question, but you already said in the notes. I don't know, man. Unless you guys got anything, that's it. I just felt like I was just wondering why the mom went a little bit farther past the line than I thought she needed to.
She went rogue on that one.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like, I doubt she's going to tell her husband exactly what she did, but you know, whatever. She'd be like, yeah, I just got him.
I sucked that man's dick, then I bit it off.
Say it Mr. T style.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fucking hardcore, dude. He's down looking for shields and a fucking wrench. She's out sucking dick by the pond. Fuck.
Hey, two different people handle the same situation very differently.
This is
true.
true.
I mean, the fact that the motherfucker forgot he even had a gun. He was like, I'm going to wire myself with this. Oh, yeah, I have this double barrel shotgun up here.
And then I have a chainsaw.
With one shell.
With one shell. Right? Like, what? Clearly,
okay.
He's not a hunter.
Questiones format.
On demand, excumo, whatever that's called.
Rented it on Prime, but it looked like ass.
Really? And you did say that.
Chad's not a fan of 16 millimeters.
Fair. Yes. Okay, before I answer that, thank you, Brody. How did the parents know she was in the swamp? Like the mom instantly woke up the husband. They instantly got dressed.
They said
took off at nighttime.
Yeah, they heard them.
They said they overheard them talking about her being in the swamp.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
And I completely missed that, and thank you for that.
So
sir.
did I.
Mm-hmm. I fast forward some of this film. Yeah, Brody, you fast forward to the part where they fucking overhear her say, yeah, she's in the fucking swamp.
I get it. You fast forward, but you got to pay attention.
Yeah, I only fast forward through the rape stuff.
See?
So half the movie.
I did with the remake one, dude.
Yeah,
because that was
basically
like 10 minutes way too long. Ugh. I watched this on Hulu, and it was a pretty clean copy.
I want a 4K scan, and then some of that grain cleaned up, and it would look really nice.
There is a 4K scan. Hold on.
Oh,
that was the very last thing. I just didn't mention it because
I'm good.
Okay. Oh no, sorry. Sorry, it's the 2K scan. It's by Arrow. Arrow Video put it out.
Oh, see,
2018.
I'm just saying, Maniac. Once it was scanned, looks pretty fucking good. And I'm pretty sure a lot of that.
I love Maniac though.
Yeah, give me Maniac again any fucking day, dude. Like,
without a doubt,
Maniac was a great movie.
Mm-hmm. Give me Maniac remake
with weeks later.
Take both,
right? I know. I was thinking about the remake the other day, dude. And that was a good one too.
They did that really well.
But
like I said, that movie's decent, but I just wish it wasn't the point of view the whole time. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah,
it was. I understand.
But when that found footage was a big hit, so they were just trying to capitalize on that.
Onward.
Yeah. All right. So next question, gentlemen.
Douche of the movie.
Douche of the movie.
Krug.
If the whole damn crew.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, but he kind of was like the ringleader. He kind of perpetuated most of it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Krug. That's it. Just say Krug.
It is Krug full out.
Favorite kill.
I don't have a favorite kill.
Well, Krug's death with chainsaw.
Yep, Krug's death.
God damn, dude. I wish it was a death, but I was sad it was a dream part. But I was gonna say chisel to the teeth, man. Like, give me more of that shit. Because I was just like,
I watched this, I was like, "Oh, come on, tell me."
Now that's not a Cannibal Corpse song. Chisel to the teeth.
I'll tell you, if they would have showed Phyllis's full death, it was heavily edited. Like, there's a scene where they literally pull her intestines out. Like you see a quick second of it, but they literally just pull all of her
Yeah, you see
intestines
a
out.
little bit of.
Yeah, I was gonna say they pulled it out and then like they held it for a second. But
Yeah, they did that in Basket Case that we reviewed on Lights Camera Exploitation, but it was pizza and raw hamburger.
yeah. Are you guys doing the series of that or just hitting the first
Yeah,
one?
we just hit the first one.
Okay.
I think the first one's
Nice.
the best of that series.
It's such an anomaly because of the budget. Yeah. So we had to talk about it. And it kind of was like, yeah.
By the
It's
third
nuts.
one, it's just fucking.
terrible.
I think I've only ever seen the first and second.
I've read about it.
That's all you
I
need
don't
to,
even want
buddy.
to watch it. No.
I didn't finish it. That's for sure.
Head on over to projectlouder.net or anywhere else that you consume audio only content and check out Lights Camera Exploitation, Episode 2, Basket Case, 1982.
Be there
Mm.
or be square.
Woo.
All right. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with Next Slash. That was pretty
That's
dope
what
at
I
the
think
end.
I'll go with that. That's what I'm going to go with too.
Best
So.
scene?
Whole
When
third
it
act.
ended.
Yeah.
Whole third act.
When it ended. The
Them
ending
in
of
the
the movie.
house, and they all get killed.
Okay.
Nope.
fair
I'm gonna
enough.
say end of credits.
Yeah.
I was good.
Ouch.
Like, listen, I'm not gonna say I didn't like the parents' revenge act and everything, but at the same time, dude, you guys mentioned before, man, this movie kind of was boring also at parts too. Like it was just
it was
very boring.
the pacing
Yeah.
was really weird, and then it was just like, oh, super rapey.
The music
weird.
was
Then,
weird.
haha, funny cops. Ha ha ha.
Yeah,
Going
the
back to
music
super
was
fucking
very
rapey.
70s.
Do not blame it because in Italy, at the exact same fucking time, they're making beautiful masterpieces that are incomparable. And so you can't even say that because the 70s is filled with amazing music.
Well, they cared about giving those movies money. This movie had nothing.
I'm gonna say exactly what I said before we started recording. This shit was Randy Newman-esque, dude. He was just thinking about what he saw. We were literally getting songs about the killers driving down the road as they were driving down the fucking road
Driving down the road.
with some weird like happy banjo shit in the background, dude. Like
Oh, God.
I was like, man, I should just watch Deliverance, dude. Honestly, like if I'm gonna watch rape and fucking banjos, like at least I'm gonna.
The movie is. This is like it's like looking at that Friday the 13th Part 2 poster I just shared in the chat right before the show.
With Jason Lips.
Oh my
Yo,
god!
that's-
The more you look at it, the more questions you have.
I got plenty of questions. Why? And why?
Why is everybody from Part 3 on Part 2 poster? When
Why
he's
does
in
Jason
Part 3?
Why does
he
Jason
have
have
duck
6
lips?
fingers?
Why is he holding a machete in between his two
He has
fucking like?
he has 6 fingers though.
Why does
Yeah,
he
but he's
look
holding with
drugged
just his
out?
ring and his
Like,
pinky. He's like,
ugh.
yeah.
He looks drugged out.
It is so funny. I saw that. and,
Honestly,
like, that's
Somebody should jump on it right now, dude. That should be a cosplay. Go as Duck Lips Jason, dude. Like if it.
I'm sitting there looking at it and laughing. I keep laughing and laughing harder and harder. My wife's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I just turn around and show her. She's like, "Oh my god."
You should get it made on a T-shirt, dude.
I want that as a poster. I legit want that as a poster.
Oh my god.
If it said Part 3, I feel like I could just accept it a little bit more. You know what I mean? It's just like they didn't even get the number right. Like fuck.
That ain't
Taryn could do a better job than that artist could.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Taryn asked if she could rent Willy's Wonderland because it came on Prime for the early release.
Did you watch it?
I didn't. I let her watch it because she's like, can I just like watch it in my room and just like kind of like, and I'll tell you what I thought. So she like watched it and they came down for lunch and then she just kind of like looked at me and I was like, so, and she just kind of just like unloaded like this whole bunch of thing and she's like, I really like Nicolas Cage because I think that was her first introduction to him.
Really?
Other than Ghost Rider, yeah.
interesting pick to start.
Yeah.
No kick ass or nothing, huh?
She's like, it's Five Nights at Freddy's, kind
It
of.
really-
Yeah, that's basically what it was meant to be a ripoff of. Yeah.
Dude.
Okay,
I don't
so
know,
what?
man.
We got to get back to our questions. We keep getting sidetracked.
Yeah, what we got? We got.
Okay, so now we're at did the opening scene hook you in?
What was it again?
I don't remember.
The only opening scene I could think of is the girl getting a shower.
Yeah, I was gonna say you saw her topless, and then it was just like I felt like title card.
I think.
There was something a little bit before that. I think you saw the officer getting somebody was talking over his dispatch for a second. But I can't even remember if it was talking about the killers or not. Like
I think you're right. I don't know. This is my movie, and I don't know.
That's fine. That's okay. So I'm gonna say no.
That's a no for me.
Yeah. You know what's funny? This is like maybe the second time I think we've actually said no for if it's actually hooked us in or not.
Yeah, it's poo.
All right. So
I'm not answering this question for this movie.
what's that?
Best tits, hottest girl, best dick. Yeah, I don't
skip it.
You know what? I'm just gonna say the parents.
The mom was kind of hot.
I'm gonna pull a Beetle Bros.
Yeah, she sucked the same dick that raped her daughter. So fuck that.
No, I don't think that dick touched her.
I don't think he did
honestly.
anything.
I think he just stayed and watched.
Group rape at the beginning.
All right.
No,
that wasn't
the
her.
friend.
That was the other girl.
That's right.
Girl. Yes. Because
Okay.
she just watched him in the hotel room, and then she got.
Okay,
hers and-
well then the parents.
I was gonna say his parents because the dad's got them sweet fucking smoky sideburns, dude.
Oh yes, he does.
He almost
And
look like the guy from Tourist Trap.
a little bit.
A
little bit.
You know, Chuck Connors.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought the mom was pretty hot too. You know what I mean? So
Or maybe the farmer from Motel Hell.
I that makes me wish I was Weasel, but only if I didn't get it bit off.
Ooh.
Isn't that terrible? Wow, I'm going to hell.
Moving along. Did the score set the mood? Absolutely not. I thought
Nah,
the score
dogs.
set an entirely different mood from the movie.
no, yeah, score sucked.
That sounds like something that should have been like in Smokey and the Bandit instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you. You're not wrong.
That is a big no.
Not premium.
No.
And I feel bad because the guy, David Hess, he did a pretty good job as Krug. Don't do music, bud.
Not the musician's part.
Stick to your method acting.
No, don't
Actually,
do that.
don't
No.
even stick to that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Get away. Best song doesn't apply. Favorite character?
The dad.
The dad.
Dad.
Yeah.
With all the
I
traps.
just like when he's deducing everything and
Wes Craven loves his traps.
straight up calls his daughter out. Oh my god, yeah, he does. I love when the dad calls his daughter out. He's like, "Your nipples are showing." She's like, "Dad." He's like, "Well, they are."
So this is at least the third movie where they set booby traps of his.
Booby traps.
Booby
Yep.
traps.
Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and People Under the Stairs.
Yep. And I'm sure we all said that exactly when you first saw him doing the little tripwire across that. You're like, "Oh, here we go."
Yep.
Booby
Early
trap
Craven.
fucking montage. Craven
So
at his
good, some
best.
good old booty traps.
Fucking A.
Craven loved that shit. That's for sure.
Okay. Was it scary? Not at all.
On a personal level,
It was
Yes.
very unnerving and uncomfortable and scary in that sense. Like Jesus fuck, dude.
I had to reapply deodorant and then freshen up a bit.
Yeah.
Not a good experience.
I have to. You know what? I'm gonna have to say yes for this one.
yeah,
I think it's scary, but it's just scary on a different.
yeah.
It's not scary, it's effective.
Yes,
It's unnerving. It's not scary.
Okay, fair.
This movie should have been covered on Lights, Camera, Exploitation.
Yes.
that
Very well.
Yeah.
This is a sexploitation film if you
Yes,
ever
it
fucking
is.
seen one.
Yep.
that would have
Talk about podcast or pod swaps.
This actually would have
there
worked.
you go.
This would have worked as exploitation because this was not too long after the Manson murders.
No, it was only
That was still-
only 2 years.
Yeah, it was like a couple years, so that was still fresh in everybody's minds.
Yeah, that was 69. That was August of 69.
Mm-hmm.
69.
Summer
Does it hold
of
up today? Well,
No, ooh,
That's why they got a remake.
yeah, I would say no.
no. Now, what it symbolizes and the trend it started, I mean,
It definitely started a trend, whether it's your bag or not.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, like you mentioned before, dude, it definitely led into the "I spit on your graves" and
you got to give this credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying?
That's
do.
not the only credit it gets.
it started its own subgenre.
It started a career too.
Yeah, you're technically right.
I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe there's ones earlier than this that actually also dip into this. But
It
this would
definitely
be.
pioneered it. It
I was
definitely.
gonna say this one
pioneered
definitely is like probably the biggest name I feel that most would know.
it. Right.
Well, if you think probably of this subgenre, it's definitely one of the most talked about. But that and I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah, I don't like those ones either. I've watched those only once. Ugh.
Can we officially say that this will be the first and only rape revenge flick we cover?
Yeah,
I'm
fine
not
with
comfortable
that.
doing anymore.
I'm fine with that. And I apologize if any Gorehound. Well, you know what? I don't apologize if any Gorehounds are upset with that. I'm sorry.
You signed up for it.
Like, I'm good on that. We're
Yeah,
here
I
for
was all-
entertainment. And
In all
we're
honesty,
not-
I was surprised that TJ you allowed this one, considering your strong stance against rape.
It's all good. I just had to make a point with a Luridian that we review them good or bad, no matter the point. So if I went against that, I would be a hypocrite, and I am not about to look weak in front of people.
We have to. We have to draw the line somewhere. Like we refuse to do Hostel. We won't do.
Yeah.
Torture.
Yeah, well, not only that, but that was just a shitty movie, anyways. Like, it's not
I
even.
think we
just
all
like,
agree that we're not going to enjoy that.
right. Like, and once again, dude, I'm not saying like even though I didn't like this movie, I still appreciate having to watch it at least one solid time. To
If we know it's not going to produce good content, why the fuck are we going to subject ourselves to it?
right
True. This
We're
is
just-
true.
now,
This
Tremor series?
film we can sit and we can talk shit on, and we can I almost spilled my Diet Coke.
That would have been bad.
We can talk shit on and have a little bit more fun with it, especially it being a Craven film. But yeah, I don't think I'll have any fun with like Green Inferno or Hostel. So
Don't even go near Green Inferno.
I've never watched that one.
and I'll save
saw that
Cannibal
movie.
Holocaust for LCE.
I
So
saw that.
So would we say that, as far as we're concerned, Eli Roth is a one-hit wonder? As far as the show is concerned, as far as our content,
Cabin Fever is the only. I'm trying to think. Fuck, dude, I don't.
Yeah. Green.
Yeah, because dude, I didn't like the. I'm trying to think anything else he fucking.
I
Nah,
think
we're
the
not going to
only
do
reason
anything
why
else.
I saw Green Inferno in theaters because somebody had a free ticket.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch it just because I heard it was super anti
Don't.
like social justice
Don't.
warrior, but I still never watched it.
Don't
I'm not a big fan of cannibal movies, so
watch.
I mean, I am if they're like zombie.
Anyway, moving on. The next question.
Technically, he did Haunt. Technically,
Really?
he produced.
that's different. That's just throwing your name on
Just
it.
put money on it.
Acting, good or bad?
Still love Hunt though.
Hey,
The acting
fucking-
was
pretty fucking good for what was set
Yeah, I
forth.
will
For
say
the
the
most part,
acting
yeah.
was really good.
Yeah, I mean,
But
David
that's
Hess
why-
did a dynamic job.
yeah. If you weren't creeped out by his fucking
There's something wrong with you.
yeah, right. Thank you.
There is something wrong with you. Cinematography, TJ.
Okay, it's Poop Town. It's Wes Craven with the 16 millimeter in the woods.
It is very poop.
Yeah, I'd love for somebody to explain to me how this is a fucking masterpiece visually, because it's not.
Yeah, they have very weird close-ups, dude. That just like
And how many
Stand
waterfall
up,
scenes
like-
did we have? I
Not
didn't
very many.
exactly. And we all know what it takes a good amount to make a film.
It's true.
at least 4.
Yeah, at least, especially if you're doing outside.
We saw a lot of scenes of the same footage of like the lake and ducks and stuff over and over again.
Mhm.
This is true.
The closest thing we got to a waterfall was them running on the opposite sides of the river.
Yeah,
Very
true.
Yeah.
very true.
When they were running down the rocks there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's say, okay, you want to take this film that is early on into Wes Craven's career, right? Nothing to take from it, cinematography wise. Take that
No.
and put it with Mr. Raimi with Evil Dead.
Okay.
Now let's, yeah. You want a completely different fucking thing. This guy is revolutionizing the whole business there.
I'm just sitting here thinking about the different blurbs from reviewers for this movie. It'd be like, 3.5 stars. Roger Ebert. Is a stunning visual. Then T.J. Bowser, Needs more waterfalls.
From 50 years ago.
Needs more waterfalls.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, cinematography was poop.
Did we like the premise?
Well,
No. Do not like rape revenge. Don't need to see it.
Don't need to.
move along.
Yeah. It's not even the girls to get revenge.
You can.
Parents.
Thank you. Because like, at least most movies, especially ones that we watch with slashers and stuff, when we get a final girl, she's, you know what I mean? She's like avenging her friends and like fucking doing one for herself. Like, she also didn't have to get raped along the way. But right, dude, like this one, like that girl really didn't get justice by any means. Like, yeah, the parents killed them, but still, like,
even the parents, if you think about it, didn't really get justice in a way. They did and they didn't. It doesn't really help either way.
yeah.
Fuck 'em.
So
Fuck them. I ain't watching this movie again. Fuck them.
yeah, so that's a recycle all fucking day long to answer that next question.
Recycle it.
Can't say remake. It's already been done.
Fuck it. No. Let's rate this fucking thing. I want it out of here. Chad?
Let's go to Bobby since it's his pick. Let's hear Bobby's review. Let's hear his rating first.
I'm being 2. I'm giving it a 2. I'm being nice.
God, you know what? I was already thinking last night, dude, that I was going to get shit for giving a low score, but I'm really glad this episode kind of went the same way. Oh, man. Go ahead, Chad. What do you got, buddy?
1. And that's being generous. It was a struggle to get through. I was constantly checking my phone, different things. It just it didn't hold my interest.
I think I'm also going to have to agree with Chad. I think I'm going to have to give it a 1.
I'm giving it a 0.5.
Ooh. Gentlemen, this is our lowest score.
1.1.
1.1.
It beat the Rift, dude.
We finally beat the Rift.
Shit.
The Rift was 1-3 or 1-2?
1-3. I believe it was 1-3.
Wasn't the Rift tied for 1-3 with another one for 1-3? No.
Hey, neither film we're going to watch again.
Right.
I would watch the Rift again.
I would watch the Rift again. I would watch
the Rift again.
It had some interesting monsters, plus it had the chocolate starfish on the wall.
And it had Arlie Ermy.
Yeah.
And it had fucking oh my god, dude. Who the hell else? Sam Wise. Or no, Sam, Jesus Christ. Ray Wise, right?
Ray Wise. Yeah, that dude's awesome.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. Yes. Plays an excellent Satan.
Chad.
Yes, he does.
I have not gotten a response yet from the fellow I messaged yesterday.
Really?
I'm waiting.
By the way, it is his birthday today.
Is it?
It is.
Maybe that's why he's not messaging
It could be. It could be.
Oh.
We also don't know how busy he is. Who knows?
He's at a con last weekend. Stay tuned to projectlouder.net for awesome fucking news about Power Hour Season 2. Yeah, we're going big, baby. We're going big. Next episode is Creepshow.
Yeah, we're definitely redeeming ourselves after this one.
Yeah, Creepshow you can find pretty much anywhere for rent.
Not only that, you can get that extreme version that they have circulating now. Well, it's
Arrow.
healthy. Yeah.
So, before we split on this up, Bobby, was this your 70s pick?
Yes, it was.
Okay. All right.
Hey, while we're still here, we have people listening. I want to touch on something. I was listening to the latest Comics and Kaijus with guest host, our own awesome Scuba Steve, and it's a really good episode. But for the episode for the movie Gamera, they actually never really talked about the movie, and I was a little disappointed.
I didn't.
I mean, they mentioned the legacy of Gamera and things like that, but they never discussed the movie itself.
What did they rate the movie? Did they like it or no?
No, they didn't like it.
That's why. We've done that ourselves, honestly.
But they did do an awesome in-depth Hellboy take where they compared the graphic novel to the first movie.
Very nice.
Chad's doing the thing that I discussed 2 years ago that said, I hope we get to the point where we're talking shit on each other's shows and then we start small wars and then we eventually work our way to belts.
No. No, it was fine. It was fine because, like I said, I just wasn't sure why they didn't really talk about the movie. But like you said, it's probably because they didn't really like it very much.
Yeah.
They didn't really discuss the plot or anything. And it was really cool to hear them talking about, Gamera's legacy and, how it, kind of went along with Godzilla, how the little compare and contrast there and things like that. It was.
Once you get into the later Gamera films, I think that you will see Mr. Double Chin Kaijin open up about Gamera a little bit more and be more accepting of those films.
The funny thing is, I've seen one of his old movies, and it was on TV. It was called Gamera versus Zegra. And I remember that because I was like 12, and I was like, hey, this sounds kind of cool. Giant monster turtle fighting a giant monster shark. And I watched it, I'm like, I don't need to see any more of those then. It was really.
I personally ever seen any. So
it was really cheesy, really goofy. The Heisei movies were a lot better when you get to the Guardian of the Universe, Attack of Legion. Those were a lot better.
Gamera was not something I watched. It was Godzilla all the way. Didn't matter.
See you later, Jan.
See you, Jan.
See you, Jan.
Later, Jan.
Thank you for tuning in.
But yeah, I really loved listening to them talk about Hellboy though, which is really funny because I just seen Hellboy probably 2
What
weeks
they do
ago.
last night?
I didn't get to watch the new episode last night.
I didn't either.
Oh my goodness! It's still on my queue too.
Was
Sorry,
it
boys.
Was it Astro Monster?
Yep.
Okay.
No, Abra. Abra Horror, and then G.I. Joe Real American Hero.
Ooh.
They need to do Gorgo.
That was a longer episode. They definitely got some pretty deep into the fucking G.I. Joes. Fucking A. So next week is motherfucking Creep Show.
Woo! Nice anthology movie. We haven't done one of those in a minute.
That is a fun movie.
First one since Trick or Treat.
Yep. I know, dude. I do love anthology movies. Not all the time, but every once in a while, it's a nice little.
Now, so we'll talk about the best one.
Let's say Creep Show is top tier. Even this, I will say this, I might get flack for it, but I love the second one too.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, the second one's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Well,
shit.
there's some people who, for some reason, hate it, which I don't understand.
I liked the Raft. The other two stories were.
I like the first story and the Raft.
I want a feature of Woodenhead.
Which is
yeah.
I believe I'm actually brain farting on this now, but which is the one where Stephen King gets covered in fucking grass?
That's in the first one.
That's the first one. The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill.
Yeah.
Fucking
dude, I saw a nice enamel pin of that the other day, dude, and I actually really wanted it. It was like half and half, but
you shouldn't have hesitated. You should have got it.
Yeah, it's all right, dude. I'm excited to watch this movie though, man. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time for me too. I think the wife's really going to enjoy it.
I was a little kid when I watched it, dude, so I pretty much forgot most of it.
I think I watched it like 5 times a year.
Believe it or not, my first experience with Creepshow was the graphic novel adaptation. I borrowed it from the library when I was a little kid.
No shit.
Really?
Well, I say little kid. I was probably about 12 or 13.
Did they try to make it exactly like it was in the movie?
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome, dude.
Well, I think that's all for this episode of the Gore More Podcast. Friendly reminder that the Gore More Podcast is part of the Project Louder Podcasting Network, home to other great podcasts such as the Big Bad Beetle Bros, Comics and Kaijus, Ghoulies Unflushed, Jerk the Curtain, Joints and Joysticks, Lights, Camera, Exploitation, Rabbit Hole, Rants from the Black Lodge, Somewhat Supernatural, the TJ Bowser Power Hour, Two Guys on Friday, Wicked Wednesdays, and of course, Wrestling Ruin. Catch all of those over on ProjectLouder.net and anywhere else you consume audio-only content. And that's it for this episode. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser, saying see y'all next week.
This is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman, saying see you next week, bitches.
This is your Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying see you later, Gorehounds.
This is your Killing Machine, Bobby and Moan, saying we'll kill you next week.